Good morning, everyone. Today we will talk about how to immigrate to Brunei. I'm going to walk you through all the steps and show you how to fill out your application. Let's head to the official website first. And now we are on the official website. We're going to talk about the types of visa first. The first one first, diplomatic visa, which is issued to foreign nationals holding diplomatic passports. So if you have a diplomatic passport, of course, you know that you don't need a visa for many countries, but for Brunei, they're going to issue a diplomatic visa for you. We're not going to talk about this because it's pretty obvious. We're going to move to the next step, which is the social visit visa. This visa has two options, either as a visitor or as a tourist. So what's the difference? Pretty much the same for many people, but actually it's not. As a visitor means that you have someone who lives there and sends you an invitation. Make sure the invitation has their full name, the address, the date, the purpose of the visit, and what kind of relationship you guys have. That's going to show them that you know what you're doing and you know really this person and you're planning to go there for a couple days or probably a couple weeks and then fly back home. The second option, which is going as a tourist, most of the people know that they must have an explanation letter which states everything, their plans, their activities. So that's going to show the immigration officer that you're serious, you know what you're doing, and you have a plan. So, for example, you're going to the capital of Brunei, you're going to visit the mosque, you have purchased one of the tickets to one of the festivals there or food festival, whatever. So you should have a plan and explain each and everything. That's the most crucial thing when you want to apply as a tourist to any country, not only to Brunei. The third option we have here, professional visit visa, which is issued for the purpose of professional work. So if there's an expertise or if there's something happening there and you got an invitation, absolutely they're going to issue for you a professional visit visa. That's totally something rarely happens. So I'm not going to talk about this. The other option, which is the business visit visa. So you need to have a business plan explaining each and everything. For example, you're going to start restaurants and the government is encouraging people from other countries to come and start restaurants in Brunei. So the thing is, you need to explain everything and the minimum investment is $10,000. Moving to the other option, which is employment visa, you need to find a job online or you can just go there as a tourist and look for a job. And you can convert your visa from a tourist to a work permit. So the thing is, you have two options, either to apply or look for a job online. And we're going to leave the description box down below websites where you can look for a job online, or you just can fly to Brunei as a tourist and look for a job while being there. And absolutely, if you are a student or you're planning to study in Brunei, you can just get an acceptance letter from one of the colleges or universities there. We're going to leave in the description box down below all the institutes, colleges, and universities in Brunei so you can pick up what suits you the best and try to apply or stay in touch with them and try to get an acceptance letter. And then you can apply and come as an international student. Or you can just go as a tourist and try to find the best college or university for you and just apply for an acceptance letter while being there. Let's move to the next step. We're going to click on travel on the left side and then read what do you have to prepare before traveling. This is the most crucial thing. So it's really highly recommended that you buy a travel insurance. So contact any travel insurance in your city, in your town, and try to get the best rate and apply for one. And you need to have a valid return flight tickets. You can't just get a dummy one. So if you're not planning to fly back home anytime soon, so you can have a dummy one so you can show it upon arrival. And absolutely, you need to have an adequate funds for your stay, including extra money for unexpected expenses, which means once you have a copy of your bank statement, you need to make a couple of other copies, like keep one for upon arrival. So probably the immigration officer will ask you for such a thing. Keep one to apply for the visa and keep one during your stay. Probably going to start a business there. So keep a copy of your bank statement. Couple of them that would be good enough for you. The other requirement that you ensure that your passport is still valid for at least 6 months, and I highly recommend you to have it at least for 1 year. The other things are pretty logical, like keep your travel documents safe, be mindful of your personal belongings. It's pretty much logical for each traveler. So that's pretty much it, like things that you have to make sure that you have it before traveling to Brunei. the most crucial thing, having a valid return flight tickets, and highly recommend you to have the travel insurance. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to show you how you can apply or fill out your application. You go on the left side again and download the visa form. You need to print it out, fill it out, and then sign it. So as you can see, you need a PDF file. You click on it. I'm gonna zoom in and show you. You have to print it out again. So here you have to write down your full name, if your name in Chinese characters, if applicable, and then your nationality, if you're married, you're divorced, or you're single, the sex, male or female, date of birth, place of birth, your occupation right now, the home address where you live or where you reside, your religion, passport number, the issue date, the expiry date, and the purpose of your entry, like a holiday, business, interview, visiting relatives or friends, and so on. And the contact address in Brunei. So if you book a hotel, you need just to write down the hotel's address. It's pretty much simple. Or if you have an invitation letter from a friend or someone who lives there, then you have to write down their full address. And here, if there's someone accompanying you to Brunei, then you write down their full name, like your spouse, your children, and they're asking you what type of visa required, like single entry, multiple entry. I highly recommend you to go to multiple entry. That shows that you are planning to travel back and forth. You're not planning to stay for any purpose. It's pretty much highly recommended to go for the multiple entry, and it's better for you. Probably you're planning to come back, or you have a chance just to start a business. So you need to fly back home and then come back. So you will have your visa ready. They're asking you if you have been refused entry or deported from another country. Of course, if you have deported or you have refused or rejected from any country like Canada, maybe, then you have to mention that and provide all details. They're asking you if you're being convicted in a court of law in any country. You have to mention that as well, yes or no. The length of stay, I highly recommend you to put like 1 month or probably 40 days, because you will never know. Probably you're gonna just stay for 10 days, check if everything is okay, if you can set up a business or get an acceptance letter from a college or university, and then fly back home and you still have like 20 or 30 days left. So that's pretty much it. And when you're planning to enter the country or leave, your present address, how much money available. You just state what you have in your bank account, for example, $10,000, $5,000, your telephone number, sign it, leave the date, and print it out, take it to the embassy. And the thing is, if you don't have an embassy in your home country or where you reside, you need to check the country close to you. For example, you're from India, you have to check if there is an embassy for Brunei in Pakistan. If they have an embassy, you should give them a call and ask them if you can submit your application there. We're going to go back and show you other steps. And once you click back and then you go to visa information, and we're going to scroll down all the way, visa application by country here. So for example, if you're from Egypt and the first letter starts with E, you're going to click on E. If you're from Ethiopia, for example, or from Pakistan or from India, so let's go to E, go to Ethiopia, and see what kind of requirements. So you need to have your visa application ready with other documents and take it to the embassy. If there is no embassy or consulate, you need to send it by mail. So with a prepaid postage, as you know, so they're going to return it back with a visa or with a refusal letter. It depends on their decision. So that's pretty much it. I mean, you need to double check first if they have an embassy. If not, you can just mail it to them. And before wrapping this up, let's recap. The first thing first, if you're planning to visit, you need to have an invitation letter. If you're planning to go as a tourist and look for a job or look for a college, no problem. You can just explain to them in the explanation letter that I'm going to go and see Brunei because it looks like an interesting country. I'm going to visit the capital. I'm going to visit other cities, the big mosques, and there are other food festivals probably happening. You have to provide a bank statement, which shows that you have, the available funds to cover your stay, to cover your visit to Brunei, and you have to have return flight tickets. You need to have a bank statement to show upon arrival. Probably the immigration officer is going to ask you for that. If you're planning to find a job from overseas without traveling, like you don't feel like traveling, you don't have enough funds, you can't travel right now, we're going to leave in the description box down below websites where you can look for a job, where you can just find a school, university, college, or institute, so you can just contact them and try to get an acceptance letter. That's pretty much it for today. If you have any comments, leave it in the comment section. If you have any questions, feel free to send us an email. Thank you so much and have a good one.